Every day new ships come off these shipyards. Did you know that the largest city in the world is also in China? 34 million inhabitants, more than half the population of France in one city alone, yet few people know what it is called. It's Chongqing. When I filmed this, I couldn't believe my eyes. In China, they can close a freeway for the sake of drying corn. This means that nothing is more important than food. We don't know much about China. It's a country of contrasts, and I've always dreamed of shooting here. One city would fit the population of all of Ukraine, Tokyo, Mexico City, Seoul. Unbeknownst to most earthlings, Chongqing in the depths of China has overtaken them and continues to uncontrollably devour space. Excitement and horror is a feeling that I constantly experienced in this cyclopean manoid. While Americans shoot fantastic blockbusters about the cities of the future, the Chinese are building them right now, but the cars are not flying. You probably haven't even heard of this city, a megalopolis that may soon overtake the world's largest city. Tokyo, in terms of population, is the 35 million strong city of Chongqing in China. Only here can old neighborhoods disappear overnight and in their place grow as quickly as new, huge, taller ones, providing a roof over the heads of an ever-growing population. This city is dotted with bridges of unimaginable size, which elsewhere would be its calling card and the main tourist attraction, but here there are too many, and the main function, the transportation of millions of residents to their places of work. Today, China's second most populous city, Chongqing, is situated in a very beautiful location between mountains on the banks of two rivers, the Yangtze and the Jielingtse. Until 1997, Chongqing was an ordinary town. Chongqing is one of the most important commercial and industrial centers of central China. From 1937 to 1945, when Nanjing was occupied by Japanese forces, Chongqing became the capital of the nationalist government. Although the city was bombed quite heavily by the Japanese, its population tripled during this period. Many key institutions and enterprises were relocated here, which later served as the basis of the city's industrial strength. The future head of the PRC, Deng Xiaoping, became Chongqing's first mayor after the communists came to power in 1949. In 1997, Chongqing left Sichuan province and became a municipality of central government. It is now the largest city in the world, with an area of 82,000 square kilometers, larger than Austria, but since neighboring counties were annexed to the municipality in 1997, 97% of its territory is now rural areas, where most of the population lives. In order to speed up the urbanization process, the local government planned to move 500,000 people a year to the city over the next 20 years. In 1997, everything changed. Chongqing became part of a larger government-controlled project of the People's Republic of China to provide jobs for millions of rural Chinese. In 2009, Chongqing had a population of 32.8 million. In 2017, according to various reports, between 35 and 40 million people live there. By comparison, in all of Spain there are 46.5 million. Yes, this is indeed true, but here's the paradox. Chongqing has an area of 82.5 square kilometers. However, Chongqing is administratively divided into 26 districts, 8 counties and 4 autonomous counties. The city itself consists of 26 districts. Only 11 are considered urban. The rest are suburbs, and other territorial units such as counties and even autonomous counties have relative independence, and even their own local governments. Residents of rural areas from western and central China began to migrate en masse to Chongqing. The city's privileged position contributed to the rapid development of the metallurgical industry, mechanical engineering, construction, chemical, textile and food processing industries, and trade. Although of course it is worth specifying that the population of the city of Chongqing alone, the administrative center, only about 7 million people, quite a modest number for a PRC city. The rest of the population lives in a huge metropolitan area, the name of which coincides with the name of the city. So if you wanted to visit Chongqing to see how in one city fits so many people, better go to Hong Kong. Here it is, indeed, an ant city. Today, Chongqing is a huge building site because of its specific position between hills and rivers. The city can only grow in height. Terrace glazing, this is the only opportunity for the inhabitants of the city to create their own little corner of nature in this stone jungle. Skyscrapers, 6-story interchanges, giant illuminated advertisements, subway overpasses. The Chinese metropolis has reached its limit here. Has it reached its limit? Won't there be 100 million people here in a few years? Why, they might. And it continues to be actively built up, both in the center and on the outskirts. Isn't it enough for them? That's where the city is truly a rubber city. The entire city is made up of several tiers. Buildings are connected by pedestrian bridges or elevators, and the mountainous terrain contributes to this. Simultaneously with the rapid construction that took place everywhere in Chongqing, the infrastructure is actively developing. A network of highways entangled the entire city. Wide overpasses are built here that can withstand a large flow of traffic. Modern bridges allow you to quickly get from one side to the other. There are shuttle buses that can take you anywhere in Chongqing, but because all the inscriptions and signs are in Chinese only, it's easy to get lost in this city. Even the locals may not know all the stops and street names. There are 4 branches of the monorail and 3 branches of the subway to get around the city quickly. So far, there are 128 stations, and the length of all the branches is 212 kilometers. There is a project to create new underground and monorail lines, so the Chongqing subway map will soon become much more complex. Going underground, you will see stalls with various goods, shoe shine machines, and McDonald's kiosks. There is no room for old buildings in Chongqing, only huge skyscrapers that can accommodate the city's growing population. Chongqing is too big, too massive, too overpopulated a city that may soon become the most populous metropolis in the world. And only the people in this concrete jungle seem so tiny and touching.